Hi everyone, I am Monica Price, your teacher of information technology. Our topic today is vlookup. We are going to be using the CXE SPA that we are currently using. It contains two tables, the medal tables and our athlete information table. Now, the first thing I want you to look at is how to create a vlookup formula. Now, the vlookup formula, the purpose of the vlookup formula, which is a built-in function, is to look up for a value in the leftmost column of a table and then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. Please note that the table must be sorted in ascending order. Now, to begin, we start with the equal sign, vlookup, and in our table, our athlete's information table, we will begin with the equal vlookup, open bracket, and the L9 is the location of the cell that has the position value. Then we're going to put a comma, then $A, $3, colon, $D, $5. This is where the lookup table begins. This is the location of the lookup table cell reference. And it ends at $D, $5. Now, the column that the money is in that we're going to look up is in column 3, and the position of the athlete's position and the position in the lookup table, once they are the same, we type false. Now let us look at it in Microsoft Excel. Now this is our Microsoft Excel tables. Here we have the medals table, and here we have the athlete's information table. Now let me get this bigger so that we can scoot over to the athlete's information table. We're going to build a formula in this cell. We're building the formula in this cell here. We're going to type our vlookup formula right here in this cell. So the first thing we're going to type is equal sign. Then we're going to type vlookup. Then open bracket. The position of the first athlete is in cell L9. So we type L9. There, comma, we're going to type the cell reference for the lookup table. That's $A, $3, colon, that's the cell reference for the first cell in the lookup table. Let's scoot over there to look at it. Here we have 1, 2, 3. This is the beginning of the reference table. The range of cells for the reference table ends at D5. So we will type colon D5, $D, $5, and then we put a comma there. The column that we are looking up the values for is in column 3 here, so we'll put the number of the column 3, comma. Then we are going to put once we have exact match, we type false. When we have inappropriate match, we type true. In this case we have exact match because we have placement 1 here, and over here in the athletes table we have placement 1. So we're going to type false. Close the bracket and enter. And scoot across, and there we have the value for the first cell. To get the rest of values looked up, we will autofill. So to get to autofill, notice that the arrowhead is a big white cross, and to autofill we put the cursor in the bottom right hand corner of the cell and it becomes a thin black cross. Then we autofill by dragging down to the last cell so that the lookup values will be automatically filled in. There, that's a vlookup. We have completed a concept of vlookup. Let's summarize. First, you will need 2 tables, a small table with the lookup values. Here we have the small table with the lookup values, which is the middle table. And then we have to have the values in the leftmost column in ascending order, and the column that we're going to look up the value in is over here where we have the placement amounts. We look for the position that we want to look up the lookup value for. So the position here would be L9. So the first thing we do is type vlookup, open bracket, L9, comma, then we type the range of values for the cell of the table, and that's the first value begins at A3, so we type $A, $3, and the range ends. It's in a rectangular form. The range ends at D5, so we type $D, $5. Then we type the column number. So this is column 3. So this is column 1, this is column 2, and this is column 3. So we type column 3, comma, then we type the value, the placement value. Once the placement value here and the placement value here in the larger table is the same, here, we type false there, and then we close the bracket and the lookup formula is created. Now that's it for today. I hope you have grasped the concept and you have been benefited from what was taught today. Thank you for looking. Have a wonderful day. Bye.